Alright, long story short on this deal, this is a Speedrite 36000R. This unit works just fine, minus this terminal bolt being all burnt off the thing. I tested a little while ago, it's putting about 8.5 kV. You know, it kind of fluctuates between 8.3 and 8.6, but it's right around 8.4, 8.5 most times. So it works fine, minus this bolt being all burnt off. So I'm going to show you how to replace one of these bolts, and all three bolts are the same on this model, just the knobs are different, you know, on the outside. The Stay-Fix and Speedrites are basically this style, and a little bit older ones, not real old ones, but they're all basically the same. Just Speedrite's a red case and Stay-Fix is a green case. So like Speedrite 20000s, the M18s are the Stay-Fixes, and these big Speedrites, you know, like 36,000, 63,000, Stay-Fix M36, or whatever they call the big ones on the Stay-Fix side, or X36, whatever it's called. These same case sizes are all the same, the way that they come apart, the way these bolts are changed, I believe. So I had a nightmare of trying to get this thing apart. There's 4 screws on the back of this thing. They're in these smaller holes, not the real small one, but like these two right here, these 2 holes here, and the ones that are pretty much straight across from it right here and here. I think this one only had 1 screw in it. I tried getting other screws loose, but it seemed like I was just spinning in a hole there. So there's 1 screw, I think it was in this hole here. But anyways, once I got all of them that I thought were in there loosened up, I got the case started to pry apart. So now I'm gonna kind of pull this case off here. But what sucks about these units when you try to take them apart, these holes on here, the screws are recessed about that deep, and they're Phillips screws. Little ants and bugs and spiders and everything else like to go down these recessed holes and make their homes in them, and like mud daubers, they get in there and clog it up with their larvae and whatever else, and it just gunks up the heads of those screws, and it's a nightmare to get them out sometimes. I sprayed them down with WD-40 to kind of loosen up the crud that was built up on top of them, and then I took took a skinny screwdriver, went down there, kind of scratched around and pounded on the head of the screw to kind of break it up, and took a can of air and blasted out of there. And I've got all I think there's only 1 screw in all of it, but I got all what I could find the screws loose. Now we're gonna get this thing apart, I hope. I got the side and the top right off there. Let me see if hopefully this, okay, good. But that's the bad thing about these big Speedrites. Parmax had the same issue with theirs, because they got those recessed holes on some of their bigger plugins, like their their Speedrite, Parmac SE5s, Mark 8s. Gallagher has their old style ones that had at the M1800s, MR5000s, MR2500s. Those stupid bugs get in those recessed holes and like to make their homes in it. But here's what the inside of one of these things look like. Alright, well, there's the bolt. It just kind of come right out of there. Let me yeah, there it is. Yeah, the terminal bolt come right out of there. I haven't replaced one of these in a while, so I got to kind of retrain myself. But looking at this thing on the inside, there's where your transformer, this is your main power board, this whole area here. You got your little flashing light deal there, your big old transformer. You got an output board here that ties to your transfer plugs into for your ground, which runs all the zigzags all the way over to here, but ties in, goes up over here too. And then your half power and your full power, that's your little output board. But looking inside here, there's dirt inside this thing, and those connections down here, and these little connections over here, it's like a spark gap deal for like lightning and stuff. They've got corrosion on them, so I think, and it's burnt looking right there, so it's either been arcing a whole bunch since what's developed all this crap inside. or lightning that got in there at one point in time on the fence side and then went down to the ground side. And that may be what blew that terminal bolt right off. But we're going to change out this bolt here. And this is a new bolt. I'm going to take it apart here. Got him a new knob for it. Long ass bolt. I haven't done this in a while, so this is kind of a learning thing for me, or reteaching of myself again on one of these. Bolts don't burn off very often, so either connection problems, wrong size wire, kind of wire that you're using. Sometimes the mixed metals can cause oxidation and electrolysis to develop and get that corrosion built up on them. I'm trying to find a pair of pliers. One pair. Just a pair of vice grips. That'll work. So what we're going to do, let's see. Looks like we need to take this off right here. I thought this bolt was hiding underneath. Oops, I'm going to be turning it the wrong way, stupid. I think it's reverse. Yeah, I think it's reverse threaded based on how it's it's inverted TS. I think it's reverse threaded. It ain't coming up. It ain't going down. Let's try it the other way, because it ain't going either way. Try it on this other one here, just see how it comes apart. This is a brand new one. Oh, it's not reverse threaded. It should twist right off like normal. I think this thing's just ate up on itself. There. I thought that thing was stuck on there. I need to get this bolt off. I need to hold this still. Oh, there's red Loctite on there at one time. Yeah, it's coming off now. It's just some of the threads are pretty ate up, and it's binding up on me, trying to loosen it here. Loosen this. It scoops up a little bit. Come on. I gotta get you off there. I mean, I could cut. If I can't get this to go much further, I'm gonna cut the green wire right here, cut it short or right up against it. And this one's got a green wire already attached to it, so I might just solder and heat shrink those two together instead of fighting this thing. But we'll see how much further we can get with it. But this is how you can change the ground knob on this big Speedrite. I think we're going to be able to get this off here. It's just, it's getting, here it goes. There's just a bad spot in the threads, and it was binding up on the nut here. So there's that. Alright, so the new one, pull this off. Come on. And we're going to And you can see the old one, piece that's on the outside, it's all crusted up. Let me take a Dremel tool here and kind of clean up the crud that's on it. So I don't know if lightning caused this or what might have done it. Alright, I'll put that back on in a minute. Get that on straight. No, kind of on accident tweak this little red thing. It's kind of a oddball shape, so it has to go on. This bolt only fits on there one way, and I had it kind of cockeyed, so the slotted spot. And this bolt's only is shaped only a certain way, so the hole that it goes through on this case is a certain shape. So if it's offset, you know, a little bit, turn like this, like it was before, it won't fit in that little hole there. So I had to kind of twist that plastic thing on the deal here. Twist it straight, so that way when I go to put this case back on there, it fits right. Grab onto this again with a pair of vice grips. Locking pliers, whatever. So I don't want to twist and break that stupid red thing on the plastic case. Alright. So this one's basically done. I mean, I got to plug this red wire back onto this terminal up here, but there's a lot of crap built up on the on there. I don't know how well you can see that. You really can't see it, but there's crud all built up on this thing. And so either water got in here, because there is, like, you can see the dirt down inside there on that case. So I wonder if, I don't remember, the guy told me that all it needed was a bolt, and that's basically what it needs. But I'm going to clean this up. Hopefully that the whatever's been arcing, hopefully it'll go away. And a lot of stuff in it. Alright, now you got to put it back together. And these things are really kind of tight for space. I mean, these wires aren't very long on this transformer, so you don't have a whole lot of wiggle room. So we'll see how well we can put this back together without things falling apart on me. Got to plug this wire back up onto this transformer. What's going to be easy? Let me see if I can slap this thing on a little bit first, and then I'll take it apart at the other end. Okay, that's basically how it's gonna go. But let me turn it around this way. See if I can get my hands on that stupid wire for the transformer. Ah, man, it's a tight fitting inside there. They don't give you much room to work with on these things. Well, on a pair of needle nose. Maybe what I'll do is I'll unplug. Okay, yellow one on top, 2 greens in the middle, and the red on bottom. So I'm going to plug this red one back in. It goes right there. God, I should have given more. Should have gave a little more room. A little bit longer wire would have been nice. Don't get these big Speedrites and big stay fix units in for repair very often. You know, we get a small handful of them a year. They probably don't sell a whole bunch of them because it takes you know, they're a couple, you know, $1,100 to $1,500 for these, for this size little unit, and that goes for most brands that do deal in these 30 plus joule units. Gallagher's got them. Speedrite Stayfix, of course, has got them. Parmac, they go to like about a 6 to 10 joule on their biggest one. There's just not a call for them. You know, there's only certain applications you really need something this big. At least here in the States, maybe overseas there might be a bigger call for it. All right, let's. I think it sounds like something. Okay, I thought something was loose inside, but I guess not. Okay. Now here's this thing, so I'm going to slap it over the top of this bolt here. A little black plastic deal. And that's that. These are a burn off or break or whatever. A little harder because there's a board that sits inside. You got to remove it out of the way, and then they're bolted in on the inside. But this one wasn't too bad, minus having to get that transformer plugged back in correctly. But let me, before we call it good, we should double check it. Yay. Let's make sure the voltage is right. I'll go across ground to full power. .4, 8.2, 4.2, 4.2. So okay, so the unit's good to go now. So the guy was right. When I talked to him on the phone, I was afraid that something was going to be burnt up or something on the inside, because I couldn't remember off the top of my head if this thing was tied into the big main board. You know, if lightning had burnt that up, it's, you know, it could have done something to the board. I mean, it did kind of arc and burn up some stuff between these two boards, but that was, you know, just crud that was built up, and, you know, clean it off and it's fine. So this unit is good to go. Hopefully this is, you know, was some benefit to you and helped you out. If you need parts or repairs on a Speedrite 36000R or a 63000 or a Stayfix, you know, one of their big units that are like this, you know, give us a holler. We'd be happy to help you out for parts and repairs and stuff. We mostly do repairs, but occasionally people want to try to do it themselves. You know, if we feel over the phone it's something that seems capable of you doing, I'm more than happy to get you the parts to do it. You know, if we do something here, we always do a free quote on everything, and then we do 18-month warranties and everything that we fix. But if you order the parts from us, and for any brand or model that we can help you out with, if you do the repairs yourself and get the parts from us, we'll give you an 18-month warranty on those parts as well, and that's lightning damage included. So there's not much we did to this one besides changing out that bolt and cleaning some things up and plugging some wires back in. But that was you know, basically it on this one. I gotta find some more screws for it, because the screws that were holding this case, it only had 1 out of 4. So, but anyways, if we can ever be of some help for you, you know, give us a holler. You know, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button if you like the video. Comment about stuff, ask us questions. Go to our website, which is fencerfixer.com, and fencer and fixer is both spelled with an F as in Frank. But we're located here in the United States, but we help people via email and phone calls all the time from up in Canada, and we get emails from people over in Europe and South Africa occasionally. But we help out anybody that we can. That's what we try to do. But until we put out another video and everything, we will see you later. Oh, real quick, let's do that old spark test. I'm going to put a wire on the green, and I'm going to get darn close to this red one, and it should shoot a great big spark from it. Alright, here we go. Come on. Oh, there it is. Alright, this thing's working great. See you later.